what the numbers are saying about the second week of Diablo Immortal and what the numbers are saying. But first, I need to sneeze. Solid. This by Action RPG is again. Oh, it's like it. I see he has 20k subs, so he's doing well. But yeah, let's see. Let's see what this is about. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Is it though? Hey, RPG. What's up there? How's that? How's that? See that again. Did he just dub? No, I did the football thing. The El Bundy. Oh yeah. I mean, they just made 4 million less than last month, but that's not even like, because first week was 14 million, second week is their total of 24, so they made 10 million. And the reason you would make less, aside from people not spending, like the people who weren't gonna spend are not gonna spend, but the people who wailed, they don't have much to spend on at this point. Like they already like gave so much that's like they can't even use what they bought, so it will be a bit of time before there'll be another spike from the whales, I think. You got it. Let's see. Total. And imagine the taxing on that shit. The reason I think something like Hearthstone is better for mobile than something like Diablo, Hearthstone is like you log in, you do a game. It's like you have a break at work. It's like, you know, you're warming up your food. You can get a quick Hearthstone game in while you warm up your food, and the food is cooling down, so it's edible, right? Stuff like that. Or like you can play a few games while you're on your break. The problem, and like you don't have to pay as much attention. You can put your phone, you can put your phone down. You can just like click, click, click. With Diablo Immortal, you really have to like engage. You cannot even react to the real world while you're engaging. You have to fucking like be on your phone, completely immersed into the phone. And I think that is not really what phone games are kind of made of right now. Or like it's like, for example, why is Raid Shadow Legends really popular? And again, or Clash of Clans, right? And it's like, well, aside from like extremely aggressive marketing, but the games are mostly idle. You know, you have the times where you can like really like, play the game. You have like the 1 hour, 2 hours a day that you can really play the game, stamina and all that stuff. But before you leave, you put a lot of stuff for like building, or a lot of stuff for like things that take a long time. Like for example, you had the farms and other previous games where it's like, okay, this seed will be ready in 8 hours, right? This construction will be ready in 2-3 hours, right? So you put the construction on, you leave, and you come back, and so on, right? So it's like it's not something you meant to like really play all the time. Meanwhile, Diablo Immortal, it's like you only get stuff when you're playing. I honestly think what Diablo Immortal should have done, and I really hate giving advice to a shit game like Diablo Immortal, but they should have a lot of idle shit in the game. In my opinion, they should have like automatic rifts that like you send your character to do while you're away. So it, like when it comes back, it can bring you some stuff. Like maybe sometimes you'll get like a decent upgrade. Nothing serious, right? It's like, and like the drop chance on those ones are even lower than when you actually do them yourself. But it's something that you can do while you're offline. Maybe have followers that do the missions and stuff like that. It's like, what else do you really need in Diablo, right? But yeah, but like something that is idle. Maybe even like honestly, they could have easily went with like some base construction, and the base can give you certain bonuses in battle, right? Shit like that, like mobile shit. Basically, this is what mobile shit is about: building stuff that give you bonuses, right? That allow you to do stuff. And like let's say, and like the other thing is like you can have that base be shared across your account. So like every character you have, they will automatically have that base of operations and can give you the bonuses for when you use other characters as well, or it's something like that. But it's like a very mobile niche type of thing, which Diablo clearly doesn't have, because Diablo Immortal is literally a Diablo game on your phone, so you always have to be on. You can't, there's nothing offline about it, and I think the magic of mobile gaming is the offline aspect of it. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. For reference. True. 200 million, basically. 200 million to 220 million, yeah. Yeah. Or 210 million. First 2 weeks. Adjust for inflation. Yeah. Bro, Diablo 2 was fucking massive. I didn't even realize. See, the thing is also, it's like, yeah, you account for inflation, but you're not accounting for all the people that couldn't play it because video games wasn't as popular back then. Some people, for them, a $60 game was like, it's too much to spend. A $50 game, whatever, was way too much to spend for a video game at that time. Computers were shit. A lot of people didn't have computers at that time as well, right? So it's the early 2000s, man. Like, you had Pentium 4, I think, was like the highest, like the best computer. People don't even know what Pentium 4 is, right? It's like an Intel Pentium 4. I'm dating myself. It's like 20 years ago. But yeah, it's like, it's, don't forget, it's like literally lack of opportunity to even play the games, right? Compared to like how it is now. So I would say if Diablo 2, if a game of the quality, and by quality I mean like it fits 2022 right now, and the quality, like the care that the developers put into the game is equivalent to what it was back then, I think it would make over $1 billion just in sales. But here's the other problem. The biggest problem is you, which is also hard to kind of gauge. You had a lot more you had a lot less interest back then, as well as opportunity. But I think you have you have more interest back then for a good game, because you also lacked choices for good games. Now you have a lot of games, and the criteria of what hooks people in, like, people became desensitized to like what hooks people in. So it's really hard to hook people into a game right now because people are desensitized, right? So in that regard, honestly, if Diablo 2 was released today, I don't know if it would make anywhere near as much money, right? It can really swing both ways, but I don't. It's really hard to tell. It's like me, for example, when a new game comes out, like Elden Ring, I bought it like a week after everyone started playing because I want to make sure the game is good. But when a new game comes out, if it looks really good, I'll buy it eventually, like within a few weeks. But if it looks okay, this could be fun, I'm waiting for the sale on that game, right? I'm not in a hurry to buy a game that looks okay, you know? Because you have so much choice. True. Got the best wings in the game then. Yeah. Yeah. But that's it. That would be well, actually there's the expansion. Well, it's hard to say, but yeah. But Diablo 3 stops making money at this point, right? So it's really discouraging for the developing company to put more effort into the game because they already got the max value out of it. Like, they are not getting anything more at that point from this game, no matter how much effort they're gonna put into it, except their reputation, so the next game can sell for a lot more. Yeah. I love the comment. Even if Diablo Immortal generates a good amount of revenue for Blizzard, which it will, it has caused significant damage to the Blizzard rep. From the ridiculous 2018 BlizzCon opening ceremony reveal to now, you can't easily put a price or cost on that kind of thing, but I dare say that in the end, Immoral will do more harm to the franchise and the company than good, which will likely result in lower sales or far slower sales reproduced pre-orders, etc. of D4, which is, by the way, is gonna make it so that the games that they will release will be more like Immoral. See, like, this is the vicious circle. They make a bad product, it ruins the rep, right? People are gonna be more on the fence, and instead of Blizzard trying to fix the reputation, then they're gonna think about the short-term gains, because you already know with World of Warcraft, it has been short-term gains since like Mists or some shit like that, right? They just care about the now. They care about the Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, and like whatever will happen, we'll deal with it later. We have a PR team for that reason, and this is the shit that would happen. So now people are gonna be on the fence for Diablo 4. It's not gonna sell as much because people are gonna have, you know, hesitations with Blizzard. People don't trust Blizzard as much. Dragonflight is gonna be probably the least sold expansion out of all of them, right? Especially after Shadowlands and BFA. It's gonna be the least sold expansion compared to like any other expansion, most likely. Diablo 4 is gonna be probably even if it is the best Diablo game,
might have less sales than Diablo 3, which is one of the worst, actually is the worst Diablo game on PC. I'm not including Immortal because it's not even a Diablo game. And yeah, like you can't put a price on reputation, obviously. But the problem is, because these games are not going to do so well, Blizzard might choose to either terminate them or put less people on them instead of putting more effort to gain the reputation back so they can abuse it again. They would be like, you know what? We'll go for the least expensive, highest return type of venture, which is mobile games. Right? So this is literally like this mobile game could literally ruin Blizzard as a PC developer. Worst case scenario. Of course, I'm like, this is like 10-20 years ahead, but like this could be the turning point where Blizzard is like, and Activision's like, listen, we gotta spend less to make more. I mean, it's not worth having a good rep at this point. And I'll see. Hopefully, Microsoft changes it, but you never know, right? There are plenty of bad games under Microsoft. Yeah. See, yeah, obviously, like the first week is always going to be probably like one of the best, and then every patch, it's going to be more and more. The thing is, because Diablo Immortal is going to be here for like, it's like Clash of Clans, it's going to be here for years to come, right? Clash of Clans is like what, 15 years old or some shit? But yeah, mobile games are easy to upkeep, easy to compare, right? Financially easier to upkeep, to maintain, and to service than it is a PC game that requires a lot more development time. So yeah, and they can easily make a lot of money on this for the long term. The thing is with Diablo Immortal, this is probably like the only long-term venture Blizzard has done in like forever. Diablo Immortal will make the Diablo money, like the 1 billion, probably within 5 years. But the thing is, after they break point on that, first of all, don't forget that their expenses on this were actually a lot lower than Diablo 3 and Diablo 4. So after let's say the breakpoint, everything after that is a gain, and also their expenditures on the franchise is going to be a lot less. Yeah. Yeah. It will in 5 years. See, this is what's gonna happen. Right now, Diablo Immortal is in a really shitty state because the free-to-play players are really like suffering, right? But here's what will happen. In a few patches, and Stu was correct when he said this. I mean, it's new. It's not new for mobile games to do this. Honestly, they do in PC games too, to an extent. First patch is gonna be shit, right? In order for you to advance, you're buying stuff. You're advancing in what do you call it? Not the free-to-play ways. But what they'll do is, as the game progresses, next patch or in 2 patches, they will make it easier on the free-to-play players. However, they will also add stuff to the store for the pay-to-play players. Because, for example, right now, to get to... Don't forget, leveling Paragons right now is fucking cancer, right? Server Paragon level is literally holding people back from getting to Paragon 80, etc. Now, what would happen because every day you get +2 Paragon levels. So in 40 days, the server Paragon level is gonna be 80. Which means if you're under 80, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to get to 80, etc., right? It's like when it gets to Paragon 200. So it's like right now there is this time gating on people who pay and people who don't play and who don't pay. However, as the game progresses, it's going to be way easier, way more new player friendly, way more mainstream to like end game than it is now. So at that point, I would say you would have people revisiting Diablo Immortal, and also the shitstorm will pass. I'm not saying that they're gonna make the 14 million a week again, but they will. The sales will start picking up for sure. No, I doubt it. Oh yeah. Oh, how many people watching? Because Quinn is online. But here's the thing. Aside from Quinn and Rexanterex, I forgot how he says his name, and I heard it like twice. Other than Quinn and Rex, basically, what are the views? 130, 36, 115, 170, 200, 7, 107, 39. Bro, no one is reaching the 1k aside from Rex, and then you have Quinn 13k. As soon as Quinn stops playing Diablo, this category is in the gutter. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, you know, everyone's broadcasting that shit. No one's watching, bro. It's really not an interesting game to watch. Like it's like watching Diablo 3 stuff. Unless there's a new patch or something, there's really not much to watch. It's not a good game for Twitch in my opinion. Thing is, like, what can you even do in Diablo 3 or Diablo Immortal as an endgame that would be interesting, right? You can't play around with builds too much. You can't try cool shit. There's nothing like world content of like weird stuff. There's nothing exciting. Nothing you can really do with the community in this game. All it is dungeon running, right? So imagine watching, like, just watching people do Mythic Plus in WoW. That's how boring it is, right? It's like, what can you really do in it? Nothing. Yeah. And and honestly, let's be, aside from it being boring, I'm sure people are also boycotting watching it. No, not week 3. They need content patches. I mean, let's be real though. Like, here's the thing: it's like there's there's no game that I can think of that doesn't have this. The first week spike is always massive, and then it starts like falling off, and then it stabilizes. The question is, at which point will Diablo Immortal stabilize, and how much people will care to keep boycotting it after the first few weeks? Because let's be real, attention span of people to rage over something is like 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, people will stop caring about the drama. Cheers.
Never start the server alone. Link for that
my
Discord is also in the
God.
description. I hope you all enjoyed this Diablo Immortal video. Hopefully you're entertained or at least learned something. Aaron, out.
I need to stop forgetting to turn on the freaking sound for stream, man. It's always the first video of the day. I keep forgetting that shit. Well, there are subtitles and you can hear my smooth voice. Jesus Christ, bro. Oh, so much fail. So much fail. Oh, I hate my life. I am not rewatching this. It's the points were made. It is what it is. I talk a lot more than him over. Anyways, yeah, give this guy a like. It's actually a pretty good video. Speculation wise are nice. I love the information about Diablo 2, Diablo 3 numbers. I did not know that. Yeah, but check it out. It's action RPG. Diablo Immortal failing. Alright, on to the next one.